What's up, family? Welcome back to another beautiful reaction video, man. Legendary reaction video, I should say. Amazing! As my man Jesse Lee would say, who we about to watch. You feel me? Amazing! But anyway, man, let's go. Let's get it.
You support Black Lives Matter? You heard of them,
Yes.
right? You support them?
Yes, I do.
And why?
Because firstly, I think that there are multiple facets of the
Because first,
resistance movement in large. I think resistance and advocacy looks different to different people. And I think that it's our responsibility, if you call yourself a member of the resistance movement in large, if you call yourself somebody who is, personally and emotionally committed to social justice and advocacy, that you be consistent with that and you support organizations that may be doing it differently than you, maybe utilizing different methods, but are also working.
oh man, she one of those. I think I'm not gonna judge, but let's just watch.
Personally and emotionally committed to social justice and advocacy, that you be consistent with that and you support organizations that may be doing it differently than you, maybe utilizing different methods, but are also working towards well, I'm extremely proud of the fact that their quick organization and action around the uprising in Ferguson, their calls for police accountability led directly to the first piece of legislation around body cams in this country, where several different municipalities across this country and states, took that into account and implemented legislation for body cams.
What did you think of them shouting, "What do we want? Dead cops. When do we want it now? Pigs in the blanket, fry 'em like bacon." Did you support that?
I don't know who chanted that. I didn't hear that.
Black Lives Matter did.
I didn't hear that.
You never heard it at all?
No.
How did you not hear it?
I didn't hear that.
It was all over the media, over and over and over again.
What I did see in the media were attempts to attach, folks who participated in Black.
I'll see what she about to say. She basically about to say what I did see in the media is clips of negative connotation on to make basically the social group, she calls it, to look bad. Basically the Black Lives Matter to look bad, the whole group or whatever. She basically gonna say they're using clips to make them look bad, to put a negative outlook on it.
Black Lives Matter marches, who may have had alternative sentiments, to attach those to the larger, more peaceful narrative of Black Lives Matter. I did hear that, but I did not hear Black Lives Matter people.
That's amazing. You're so smart. I'm surprised you didn't hear that.
He said, "That's amazing. You're so smart. I'm surprised you didn't hear that."
They did chant it, and just assume I'm telling you, take my word at it. They chanted those things. Would you support those type of chants coming from Black Lives Matter?
Well, I don't believe that those chants came from Black Lives Matter.
But
bro, just answer the question, sis.
They did, and if they did, what would you think of that?
Well, I don't believe that Black Lives Matter would chant like that. I think that.
He's saying if they did, supposedly, since you didn't hear it, we understand that part. Now we're talking hypothetical here.
Again, when you organize a group of people, you have people who are multifaceted and have nuanced different beliefs that are different than the larger, or maybe subbed than the larger. And again, if I heard that, I would vehemently oppose it. But I do not.
Why would you oppose it if you heard Black Lives Matter doing this? Why would you oppose it?
Because let's call this plain, right? It is in all of our best interests to have positive and supportive relationships with those who are trusted to keep us safe in this community, and also, I know that Black Lives Matter is not against police and our first responders. They're not. When people gather together for a march and a rally, the rally and the march is to uphold and affirm the value of the lives of our brothers and sisters. Right. It's not to speak down or against or negative.
You can't speak that for everybody.
To anybody else. So that would be the first reason why I would oppose it, because it's not the time or the place, nor is it appropriate to be saying those types of things.
Do you believe that?
You can speak for yourself, but you can't speak for a whole rally, because a rally is a rally. You got pep rallies at school. Every rally has its different cause and effect, so you can't sit there and just generalize everything, man.
White cops are abusive and racist toward Black people?
I think that's a really blanketed statement.
But that's what they believe. Do you believe
No,
that?
they don't believe. I don't think it says anywhere in their manifesto that they believe.
Are you talking about a different Black Lives Matter group?
We're not talking about a different
You don't
Black
seem to
Lives
know
Matter
much
group.
about them.
Oh man, savage woman right there. You don't seem to know much about. Tell her, Jesse. Tell her, what rock she living under?
I think that's a really blanketed statement.
But that's what they believe. Do you believe
No,
that?
they don't believe. I don't think it says anywhere in their manifesto that they believe.
Are you talking about a different Black Lives Matter group?
We're not talking about a different
You don't
Black
seem to
Lives
know
Matter
much
group.
about them.
That's very interesting. So the Black Lives Matter organization that I know is vehemently against institutionally supported racism and prejudice and acted out by officers. Black Lives Matter that I know is absolutely for holding police accountable for their actions and interactions with community members. In nowhere have I seen them specifically say that this is against white cops. I don't know that to be true. I have not seen that in any kind of written statement. And so I can't defend that because I don't know that's not the truth that I know.
Amazing. Black Lives Matter is
I told you was gonna say it. Amazing.
radical, far-left, agitative organization that is built up of lesbians and homosexuals and communist-type people. As a Christian, how are you able to support that type of organization?
I'm really taken aback by your description of that organization. I'll simply say that what I'm most proud about through all of my work, whether it's been contracted work or serving public officials or my own entrepreneurial endeavors, is that everything that I've opened my mouth to support has been rooted in equity, social
because
justice.
of time, how are you able, as a Christian woman, being a Christian, how are you able to support Black Lives Matter? Knowing that, what I just said about them.
My godfather, Dr. Cornel West, said it perfectly that love is what justice looks like in public. Justice is what love looks like in public. And as a Christian woman, I will be held to a standard to ask, what did you do for the least of these? You know, how did you earn your keep on this earth?
Are you telling me how you're able to support them? This is how. This is how you can support them as a Christian.
This is how I can support them.
You're saying that you love them.
Excuse me?
Are you saying that you love them even though they're radical?
I'm saying in love for myself. I don't attach. Let me just have it be very clear that all of the labels that you attach onto Black Lives Matter, the movement, the members of the movement that you so outlined before this exchange, is not coherent or congruent with how I describe Black Lives Matter.
But
so if you're going to ask me how I can support Black Lives Matter, I can tell you how I can support the Black Lives Matter that I know I do support.
Because of your love, being a Christian, and you love them. That's how you're able to support them?
You're simplifying my words. Because of my love for myself, for my culture, for people who look like me, for those who are the most vulnerable and marginalized in our communities, because of my love
so do you
for
love
equity
Black
and
Lives
access.
Matter? You love Black Lives Matter?
I feel like this is getting into...
No, I want to move on, but I'm not getting an
times?
answer. I'm trying to get an answer.
I'm giving you an appropriate answer.
Do you love them?
I'm giving an appropriate answer.
Okay.
I think it's time to do the last question. Actually, are going to be really long on time.
No, we're about to end right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we need to do the last question.
Bro, all you asking is, do you love it, bro? What's going on? Like, why do you always trying to jump the gun, man?
Online privacy. Safe.
Trying to run.
You supported the.
Chicken out.
Did you celebrate the International Women's Day?
I did.
You took part in that.
I did.
I read on you tweeted that you changed your Twitter profile to red for the International Women's Day. Red represents socialism and communism and stuff like that. Why did you change from red to red?
That's a really odd line to draw. The organizers of the Women's Day March created this additional call to action for a day without a woman on International Women's Day. Red is a color of resistance. It's also one of our nation's 3 pillar colors. Red also is a sign of strength, can be a sign of distress. And I think that it was all too fitting for us to use red to exclaim that we are here, that women should be affirmed and supported on every day, not just International Women's Day. And it was, I was proud to take part. I still had to work. I wasn't able to abstain from unpaid or paid work, but I did wear my red, and I was proud of that.
Normal people don't know what the complaints are. We hear the rallies, we hear that people are afraid, but we don't know what they're afraid of or what they're complaining about, because we have a new administration who has not done anything yet to make them feel whatever they're feeling. What do they want? We don't know what they want. Trump only been there since January. So you said
normal people.
The ones who are not wearing the red and protesting and running in fear.
Those are normal people.
And living in fear. What are they afraid? What do they want?
Well, I guess I'm a part of the non-normal people, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what they think or feel.
My last question is, as a black woman, I've been wondering this for a while. How do black women see black men today? How do you see black men?
I think that's a question that is extremely heavy and weighted, and I don't know if we have the time to unpack it, but what I see constantly when I look at my brothers is strength, possibility, opportunity, hope, optimism, love. I see reciprocity. I see a growing love of self, and I'm proud.
Ain't that for every person though? It don't gotta just be black.
Speak that to black men whenever I do see them.
I feel like that's just everybody in general, but I don't know, man. I don't understand. Like, she making general statements in regards to that can just be applied to everyone. It doesn't have to just be a certain group and so-called resistance with this certain group resisting what, which Jessie Lee was trying to ask her. But she didn't answer that question in regards to resistance, because she kept answering the same description of what she saw things as and generalized things as. So I don't know, man. It just seems as though the question he was asking in regards to what's being saw for, I feel like Jessie Lee was talking in third person, but also from the information of what he know. And also schooling her on, like, look, if you're going to be having this type of description about something, you need to keep yourself informed about something that you're standing up for. If you're going to stand up for something, you're going to stand up for something. But, man, that's very interesting. It was a very interesting conversation. Even though she was confronted with the shocking truth, it seemed to not shock her because she stand on her description, which she's entitled to her own opinion. But she's very closed off to that. And you can see she was getting very, frustrated, annoyed about the same question in regards of, and instead of answering the question in regard of that, she just went on her description rant again and again and again. You know what I'm saying, family? So I don't feel like I feel like we all resist adversity. We all, the things she is saying is what we all people face, as people, as humans. So I don't really know, man. That's my take on it. I just feel as though I feel like Jessie was just trying to get down to the stigma of the whole Black Lives Matter group thing, purpose, to seek that through the interview, as we just reacted to and watched, family. So, and then on top of that, he also threw at her. She talked about the body cams, and then he talked about, okay, what's the purpose of the body cams you guys advocated for if the name calling is taking place and basically slandering these people that have taken consideration of wearing body cams. As you say, that's the only thing that you protested or rallied against or so forth for within this group that she supports. So, and she still goes on to with her description. So anyway, family, if you're new to the channel, come join the family. Hit that subscribe button, turn your post notifications on, get this video a big thumbs up, man. It helps support the channel, man. It helps crush that YouTube algorithm. And comment down below any legendary top of the movie reaction videos you guys want to see. Spread that love, peace, and positivity, and let the love supersede the hate, family. On that note, family, peace.